If you've ever been caught speeding in the US, you know that fines for speeding can range from $50 to $1,000 or more. But just imagine living in a country like Finland. The minimum fine for speeding in Finland is approximately $220 for motor vehicles and $110 for mopeds. But it can easily go much higher than that. That's because Finland uses a progressive system called a day fine. Switzerland uses a similar system. The more a driver is over the speed limit, the greater the number of day fines they will receive. A day fine is based on about half of a driver's daily income. Thus, that penalty can rise significantly for someone with a high salary. And that's what happened to one executive from a large company. When police stopped him, he was driving 51 miles per hour in a 31-mile zone. So he was going 20 miles over the speed limit. But since he was a highly paid executive, his fine was massive. He wound up having to pay over $120,000 in fines. But the stiff penalty should not have been much of a surprise to him. According to police records, 5 years earlier he paid fines of $68,000 and $102,000. So you're looking at nearly $300,000 in speeding fines over a 5-year period. Apparently he loves speeding more than he loves money. And with that kind of revenue, the cities in Finland must love it when he hits the road. As you watch this video, it probably looks like a shop owner cleaning up for the night before locking up. But this is actually a burglar who just broke in. He is using a mop to clean up glass after he broke through the door. And if you think that was unusual, just wait until you hear how the shop owner responded the very next day. It all went down at the Sweet Something Bakery in Vancouver, Canada. The strange incident was captured on security cameras. But it's what happened after the crime that had everyone talking. In the footage, a man can be seen loitering in front of the shop. He appears to be drunk. Suddenly, he starts kicking through the bakery's glass door just after 3 a.m. and going inside. He then chills out in a chair as if he is waiting for service. After about 15 minutes, he gets up and walks out of the camera view. Clearly this burglar is in no hurry. But it gets even stranger. After a few minutes, he is seen again on camera. This time he has a mop and bucket in his hand. Next he starts cleaning up the broken glass he shattered when he broke into the bakery. Granted, he still left a lot of pieces on the floor, but at least he tried. He notices a cell phone on the counter and decides to pose for a few selfies. Based on the surveillance video, the man was inside the store for roughly an hour. When he finally decided to leave, he made sure the trip was worthwhile by taking 6 of these chocolate cupcakes. The bakery said they're made with champagne-flavored buttercream. Surprisingly, the store owner took the whole thing in stride. She said, "Next time, just ask. We'll be happy to give you the 6 cupcakes." But the story doesn't end here. After the video went viral and gained media attention, the owner said the burglar called and apologized for his actions. She said they had a good conversation and felt he was really sincere. He even offered to pay for the cupcakes, which were valued at $30. He also said he would pay the $850 in repair costs for the damaged door. As a bonus, he promised to give her his orange sunglasses as a gift. The owner then joked that she might actually wind up wearing the sunglasses. She also said that she had developed a bit of a soft spot for the burglar. She even asked police not to press charges. You may wonder why she seemed so amused by this crime and was even on good terms with the suspect. Well, she said the shades inspired her to create a new cupcake design called Crime of Passion. It's a pink champagne cupcake, which is the flavor that was stolen. It's topped with a cookie decorated as a pair of orange sunglasses. She added the new cupcake flavor to the menu the day after the burglary. And after all the media attention, which equals free advertising, her new cupcakes will probably become a big seller. The bakery owner summed it up best on her TikTok page with the following caption: "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade." A Florida woman who had the sympathy of her entire community after claiming her kids' Christmas gifts were stolen has now been arrested. It turns out the whole thing was a hoax designed to get free stuff for Christmas. It all started back in November when a 39-year-old mom called the Lee County Sheriff's Office to report a burglary at her home. She claimed that not only had someone broken into her house, but they had also stolen Christmas gifts meant for her kids. Of course, this caught the attention of local media and the public, who were quick to offer their support. Imagine this. You're heartbroken over the thought of your children's Christmas presents being stolen, and then suddenly, the community rallies around you. You get public support, and the sympathy just keeps pouring in. In fact, the community response was so strong that the police and even organizations like the American Legion jumped in to help. They were determined to make sure the children had a good holiday. The sheriff's office coordinated donations through their Shop with a Cop program. Their goal was to replace the stolen gifts and bring some cheer back into the family's life. At the same time, detectives were working hard to solve the case. As the investigation progressed, a tip from an anonymous source sent the case in a shocking new direction. It turns out the woman had made the whole thing up. She faked the entire burglary. Can you believe that? It was later discovered that the so-called stolen gifts were actually sitting at a relative's home the whole time. When police arrived at the house, they located the gifts hidden in the laundry room. And they even found TV sets under the covers in a bed. Police quickly recovered the items, and the woman was arrested for filing a false report. To add insult to injury, the sheriff's office posted a video online of someone dressed as the Grinch. They were prancing around as the woman was getting arrested. Talk about a dramatic twist. That pretty much sums up how everyone felt about being duped by this woman. After her arrest, the Lee County Sheriff had this to say: "This woman took advantage of the system and is now paying the price for her selfish choices." And it's pretty safe to say that everyone involved agreed with the sheriff. Her actions not only hurt the community but also wasted valuable resources that could have been used elsewhere. So while she might have initially blamed the Grinch for stealing her Christmas, in reality, she was the real Grinch.